Hi, babes. Today, I'll be talking about Nigeria, a vibrant country in West Africa. And Nigeria is the most populous country in Africa with over 230 million people and more than 250 ethnic groups, speaking around 500 different languages. And its capital is Abuja, while Lagos is the largest city and a major economic hub. Let's move to our first topic. Let's look to Kahru's three circles models of word Englishes. And according to this model, countries are grouped based on the role English plays. The first one, we have the inner circle, includes country where English is the native language, like the UK for example, or USA. The next one, we have the outer circle, includes countries where English is the second language and has official or historical importance due to colonization. And the last one, we have expanding circle, includes countries where English is mainly a foreign language, for example like our country, Indonesia, and where Nigeria fit. So basically, Nigeria belongs to the outer circle. Here, English is not most people's mother tongue, but it's an official language and plays a central role in society due to its colonial history. You guys probably wonder, colonial history, what do you mean by this? So basically, let's move to our second topic, which is about the history of English in Nigeria. So, English arrived in Nigeria through British colonialism, and in the 19th century, British missionaries introduced formal Western education, teaching children and adults in English. Before this, education was informal and delivered in local languages. The British established English as the language of administration, education, and law. Over time, English became deeply embedded in Nigerian society, especially after Nigeria gained independence in 1960. Since English is deeply embedded to the Nigerian society, let's move to our next topic, which is about how English is used in Nigeria today. And for their education, English is the main language of instruction from primary school to university, and all major exams and official schoolwork are conducted in English. And for their government, English is Nigeria's official language. Laws, government business, and official documents are all in English. And for their media, like newspapers, TV, radio, and online content, are mostly in English, though some media also use local languages. And for their business, English is the language of business, trade, and international communication. While their daily life, while people often speak their native languages at home, English is commonly used in cities and for communication between different ethnic groups. Nigerian Pidgin, a Creole based on English, is widely spoken informally. So we already talked about how English is used in Nigeria today. Move on to our next topic, which is about unique features of Nigerian English. So, Nigerian English has developed its own distinctive features. The first one, we have the vocabulary, which is it borrows from local languages and Nigerian Pidgin. For example, we have go slow for traffic jam.
Go slow. Go slow does not mean you should act slowly. It actually means a traffic jam.
Or chop for eat.
I want chop is like I want to chop. I want to eat something.
And the next one we have the pronunciation, which is in Nigerian English often omits certain consonant sounds and uses unique intonation patterns influenced by their native languages. For example, consonant substitution where the sound in English is often pronounced as the or the. And for example, the word this becomes this, and the word that becomes that.
Traffic officers like these ones appear to be both helpless. Arrests are made. There are allegations that drivers often get a slap on the wrist.
And move on, we have the grammar, which is there may be differences in verb use and sentence structures, such as less emphasis on verb conjugation for person and numbers. For example, they have reduplication for emphasis, the word big big for very big, and small small for very small. And the next one we have code switching. Nigerians often switch between English and their native languages, sometimes within the same sentence. For example, wherein day do you serve, which means what is wrong with you.
Stay tuned for this musicology episode, which we have titled What If DJs Did Joseph?
And the next one we have the lexical innovations. New words and idioms unique to Nigeria have emerged, reflecting local culture and realities. For example, they have their cultural idiom, which is carry last, which means to come last or be left behind, and no wahala, which means no problem.
She says a lot, no wahala. No wahala means no problems, no issues. It even sounds like no problem, no worries, no wahala.
And how far, which means how are you.
How far? This means hello, how are you? It's very casual greeting. You would normally say this to friends and family.
After all of this, you probably wondered, how Nigerian attitudes toward English? That's our next topic, which is about attitudes toward English in Nigeria. So basically, most Nigerians view English positively, seeing it as a tool for upward mobility, education, and global connections. And university students, for example, feel that English helps them access knowledge and communicate internationally. However, there are concerns that the dominance of English may threaten local languages and cultures. Some people advocate for policies that give more support to indigenous languages alongside English. And you guys just arrived to the last topic, which is about my personal reflection or what I find interesting. So basically, what I found fascinating about English in Nigeria is how it unites such a diverse country, which with hundreds of languages and ethnic groups, English serves as a bridge, enabling communication and national integration. The creativity in Nigerian English, which is by its unique words, expression, and the way people switch between languages, shows how language can adapt and thrive in new environments. It's a living example of how English is not just borrowed but made truly Nigerian. So that was all from me. Thank you guys for listening. I hope that you learned something new about the role and status of English in Nigeria. Okay. So that was all from me. Bye bye. Peace out.